Imagine seeing those flashing red and blue lights explode behind you. Your heart jumps, your palms sweat, and suddenly the government is standing right at your window, literally. In a matter of seconds, a routine traffic stop can turn into a long-lasting legal nightmare if you don't know your rights. Here at The Right Slant, we believe constitutional rights don't disappear just because you're sitting on the side of the road. The founders gave us safeguards for a reason to keep government power in check. But a right you don't know how to use is a right you've already lost. So today, I'm walking you through 5 steps that every American needs to know to safely navigate a police encounter. The moment you see those lights, your first responsibility is calm, controlled behavior. Pull over safely. Turn off the engine. Turn on your interior light at night. Keep your hands visible on the steering wheel. These are simple steps, but they eliminate unnecessary tension and prevent misunderstandings. When the officer approaches, they'll ask for your license, registration, and proof of insurance. These are legally required in nearly every state. Before reaching for anything, narrate your movements. Officer, my wallet is in my back pocket. I'm reaching for it now. Then comes the trap question most officers use. Do you know why I pulled you over? This question exists to make you admit guilt. You are not required to incriminate yourself. The Fifth Amendment protects you from that. A simple, polite answer works. No, officer, I'm not sure. You're being respectful, but you're not building their case for them. After taking your documents, an officer may continue with questions. Where are you headed? Where are you coming from? Have you had anything to drink? These aren't friendly small talk. These are probes to uncover or manufacture reasonable suspicion. This is where your most powerful phrase comes in. Officer, am I being detained, or am I free to leave? This forces clarity. If you're free to go, go. If you're being detained, then they need reasonable suspicion, not just curiosity. If they do detain you, activate your Fifth Amendment rights. I am invoking my right to remain silent. Just being silent is not enough. The Supreme Court made this crystal clear in Salinas versus Texas. You must say the words, or your silence can be twisted against you. If you find value in knowing how to protect your freedom, take a moment to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a breakdown here on The Right Slant. At some point, the officer may ask, "You don't mind if I take a look, do you?" Your answer must be immediate, firm, and polite. Officer, I do not consent to a search. The Fourth Amendment demands warrants, consent, or probable cause before a search can happen. Consent is the easiest one for police to get because they just need you to say yes. If you refuse, you're using the Constitution exactly as the founders intended to stop government intrusion before it starts. If the officer claims they have probable cause and searches anyway, do not resist physically. Simply state, I do not consent to this search. This preserves your rights and gives your attorney something to use later if the search was improper. If the situation escalates and you're placed under arrest, your strategy becomes incredibly simple. Say nothing. Argue nothing. Explain nothing. You activate your rights by saying 2 phrases. I am going to remain silent. I want a lawyer. This triggers your Sixth Amendment protections. Once you ask for a lawyer, all questioning must stop. And remember, calls made from jail are almost always recorded. Invoking your rights is not an admission of guilt. It's simply refusing to hand the government ammunition they can use against you, something every responsible citizen should do regardless of politics. Once the encounter ends, your next move is critical. Document everything. Write down time and location, officer names and badge numbers, what was said, what happened, any witnesses, any injuries or damage. Take photos if needed. These details matter, especially today, as national policy toward policing continues to shift. With federal oversight scaled back in recent years, including reduced federal monitoring of local departments, citizens must be more proactive about documenting bad encounters. Your written account can be the difference between justice and a dead end. Police encounters can be stressful, but you are not powerless. Here are the 3 key phrases to remember. Am I free to leave? I do not consent to a search. I want a lawyer. These rights weren't given to you by the government. They were protected from the government by the Constitution. If you want more clear, no-nonsense breakdowns about your freedoms from a conservative perspective, make sure you subscribe to The Right Slant. Stay calm, stay smart, and stay protected.